And interesting times indeed for the beverage sector in the country. Insurance continues to play a central role in ensuring the economy continues to perform on an even keel, from pensions to life insurance to health and general insurance. This is the grease that insulates business and individuals from risk. Today, insurance stakeholders led by insurance intermediaries are meeting in Nyeri, and Raquel Mugai is sitting in at that event. She now joins us live from Nyeri. And good afternoon, Raquel. Perhaps just bring us up to speed on some of the key conversations happening when it comes to matters insurance in Nyeri.
Good afternoon to you, Abi. I'm here at White Rhino Hotel, where there is a Nyeri workshop for insurance agents that has been organized by the Bima Intermediaries Association of Kenya. But just earlier on, this particular workshop is just to ensure that at least insurance agents get to meet customer needs and their demands, bringing into fact that one of the biggest challenges in the insurance industry is the fact that there is mis-selling. Probably the point in which you'll be able to meet with a particular agent is not the same person that you'll be able to meet when it comes to a claiming officer. But right now I'm joined by the chairman of the Bima Intermediaries Association of Kenya, Washington De Geer, who's just going to put us up to speed to exactly what importance is this. Thank you so much for joining us here on KTN News. Please briefly tell us what does this kind of workshop mean, especially for insurance agents and insurance sector?
We are having one of a series of workshops that we are doing in this country, and we have started with Nyeri County, because our aim with these workshops is to train and have a more professional insurance agent. An agent who, when you get out there and you have someone who's selling to you, he actually knows exactly what you need, but not what the insurance agent thinks you need, but what, after talking to you, he knows exactly what you need. And now, we have partnered with several organizations for it to be a success. We have partnered with two insurance companies, that's Jubilee Insurance and UAP All Mutual. We've also partnered with a company like an authority, Unclaimed Financial Assets Authority, UFA. We also partnered with a company called Roadwise Solutions. And the whole thing from these companies and the organizations that have come, we believe are going to provide a wholesome information to the agents.
Probably just speaking about Nyeri County, it is known that Nyeri County is an agricultural town. Probably what role are there any probably products that local farmers here can be able to enjoy in terms of insurance activities?
Yes, there's a lot. One of the companies, actually the two companies that we have, the insurance companies, both Jubilee and All Mutual, have crop insurance and livestock insurance, which is the main thing right now in this country, because we find that insurance has not been very, very relevant to the Mwananchi on the ground. The Mwananchi has been left, we only see insurance, for example, like car insurance, that is for people who own cars. But what percentage of the population in Kenya own cars? What, 2%? The rest of the people don't get to enjoy insurance services. But now, since like 3 years ago, the government first of all came up with livestock insurance, which they are doing a lot in Marsabit and Baringo. And now, insurance companies have also taken it up by bringing up crop insurance and making it so affordable, such that the premiums are so low. And Nyeri has got a lot to gain from what these two companies are offering.
And moving away from Nyeri County and looking at the latest report that was given out, it shows that probably somehow insurance companies have become a bit conservative, given that millennials occupy at least 10.1 million of the almost 49 million in the country. So are there ways that probably insurance companies are looking to be able to target that millennial market at this particular point?
That's a good question. That's a question that has been resonating in every actuarial minds in the various insurance companies, because we find that one of the major things that we have as a country and as an insurance industry is having products that are not relevant to the Mwananchi. That, like I've just said, livestock insurance and now crop insurance is very relevant. But now we need to capture the millennials, because the old insurance products that we used to sell way back in the 90s are not proving very attractive, because the millennials are looking at completely different products from what was offered before. I know there are companies that are actually sitting down and paying attention to this, but do they have any new products that actually can capture millennials as we speak? None. No company has any like that.
Also, looking at what you've mentioned about car insurance, in the recent past, Kenya has had to endure a lot of road carnages, and given that it is a mandatory for any public, for any motor vehicle to at least have insurance, is there any role that probably insurance companies get to play in reducing road carnages?
We are having a conversation right now in the insurance industry. Actually, in the motor sector in this country, every other agency, like now we had NTSA the other day, and the controversy that it caused on the roads, maybe people even thinking maybe they're even responsible for some of the accidents, you know. But the biggest issue we have right now, Raquel, is insurance companies are not actively involved in mitigating accidents. And we mentioned that the other day. Why aren't insurance companies getting involved properly? Because remember, the biggest losers of any accident is actually insurance companies, who have to cough up compensation, be it for the car, be it for the injured persons. Why don't we have insurance companies playing a more active role? What needs to be done? That's a challenge I throw to the insurance companies out there and to the insurance industry at large, because this touches on everyone, all the insurance stakeholders, starting from the regulator all the way down. We need a more active involvement of the insurance industry in mitigating road accidents.
And finally, as we just probably get to wind up, when it comes to insurance penetration, the percentage for Kenya stands at about 2.5 or 3%. Well, it's expected at least to be 15 or at least with around that percentage. So what do you think is the biggest problem, as per se, in trying to reach out to make people understand that you actually do need an insurance within your period?
Now, you see, as an association, which I lead, the Association of Insurance Agents in Kenya, we boast of about between 8 to 10,000 insurance agents in this country. But how many of those 8 to 10,000 are actually professionals for them to propagate insurance in a way that it can be felt in terms of penetration? In the past, of course, even the penetration that we have of around 2.73% has been done basically almost 90% by insurance agents. And that is why we're having a workshop like this, to have a more robust and skillful insurance agent who will be able to go out there and package the insurance cover, or insurance product, so to speak, in a very attractive way, such that, like the governor was saying here, the governor was saying, do we need actually to go sell insurance? Why don't people come to us to sell insurance? You know, that's where we are right now. And when we are coming here in Nyeri, we want the public to actually to get to know that we are having a new breed of insurance agent, a more attractive and a more professional person, who, when you sit down, he advises you so well that you yourself, you go spread the word. That's the whole. And in that way, we're going to have serious penetration in this country. Yes, beyond the 2.79. We need to reach where South Africa is. South Africa talks about 15%. One of the highest. It's highest in Africa, one of the highest in the world. But where's Kenya actually not getting there? There's a lot that the industry needs to do. There's a lot that the regulator. This should be thrown squarely at the feet of the regulator. We have a regulator that's supposed to be doing all this, propagating insurance, and to make sure that the regulator works with all the stakeholders. Yes.
Thank you so much. At least that will help build trust with insurance companies, given that probably that is one of the biggest problems that faces insurance companies. Thank you so much for joining us here at KTN. Abby, that is a kind of situation here, saying that such kind of workshops helps to build to help probably improve the professionalism of insurance agents, just to ensure that they get to meet the demands of consumers, as well as just to get to improve the kind of penetration that is there in the country, given that insurance sector or the insurance industry is one of Africa's most developed and best regulated industries in Africa. Abi.